Hey guys, I did a little retail therapy this morning, and of course, I'm experiencing buyer's remorse. So we'll see if my the bounty that I yielded was worth it. I saw this rocket launching stormtrooper. I haven't bought anything 118 in a while, and I like the idea that he has the orange shoulder pauldron on. I thought he might have a desert backpack, but alas, he does not. But nevertheless, I'm okay with this as a purchase. However, the price of these at Walmart are getting a little extreme. I'd lamented on my Facebook page about this before and saying that I was done with Star Wars. This was, I think, like 16. It was over $16, $16.95, I think, plus tax, of course. So I'm kind of done with Star Wars, but it was an orange pauldron sporting stormtrooper. So I made an exception. I'd also stopped at Michael's and got a few crafty things here for my O scale train layout. They had this little log cabin, which was on clearance, and there's like an autumnal section of fall decor. So I picked up a couple autumn trees and a tube of trees as well, just for the layout. So I'm not going to open all these for you guys. I'm just going to focus on these two larger items here. And we've all seen stormtroopers opened online before. No need to show you. So I saw these two Pokemon things on the rack, and just a full transparency here. I have zero interest in Pokemon. I don't even think the characters fit my preferred aesthetics for cartoony characters. But I saw this autumn style tree, and I thought it was kind of like the brand Schleich a little bit, or even Safari. And then I decided I was going to buy it. And then I saw this one, and it looks like there's a small architectural piece in there with some topiary trees and a small piece of balcony. So I'm definitely taking a chance here, but I thought that maybe this could be usable on my 1/32 scale railroad layout. So, of course, I checked out the packaging, and it looks like this might be somewhat interesting, if not stylized. So let's open it up and see if the buyer's remorse is going to fully kick in here. So what I generally do when I find toys like this, like sometimes I'll find Barbie-esque toys with an interesting piece of architecture or something. I'll throw the girly stuff into the Goodwill section, and I'll do the same thing with these little cartoony characters. But I'm keeping the tree. So here we go. Let's cut the packaging open and get the tree out. So it looks like I really just have to cut this band here. And so we'll put those characters off to the side. And anything else holding this in? No, looks like that's it. So there is the tree. It has, I'm almost thinking there's an electronic base. I'll look at this thing a little bit more. So here's the tree. It's definitely stylized, but it could be interesting, particularly now that Halloween is coming up and my autumn themed castle will be coming out. So I'm okay with the tree. It's definitely cartoon aesthetics, but I'm okay with it. So far so good here. This is the one that has me worried. So unfortunately, I paid full price for these. These weren't like on clearance or anything like that. So that's why I'm using that excuse of retail therapy. I'm my own worst enemy when it comes to this stuff. I say I'm not going to frivolously spend, and then I just do this for the cheap thrill of adding to the collection. So far, It's looking somewhat interesting. Let's see what we're in store for. Let's see, it's pretty wedged in there. Is there a band on this? Trying not to send the tripod flying across the table here as I'm doing this. There we go. Get rid of this ridiculous looking thing. So here you go. It's a little scenery vignette. Forgive me, I do not understand the context of Pokemon and how this all fits in the world, but it was this light post that caught my eye. So I'm thinking this is okay. It's a little bright, so with my, if I'm going to use this on my 1/32 scale World War II layout, I'll incorporate this into some rubble and stuff like that, and dull it down with some paint. Maybe even have to take these flower pots off, but these are okay. These topiary trees. So let's look at some scale figures here and compare it. So, well, why don't we just rule out 118 right away? So here's a 118 guy. This is a guy from The Office. This is one of Super 7's 5-point of articulation figures, and she is also from the show The Office. So while it's not particularly bad, it's also not, it's clearly not the proper scale. I mean, if she was up here, that just wouldn't look right at all. So, so we'll say this is not suitable for 118. Now I have some Mars Volksturm Defenders handy, and we can put them here. So this guy is more like 1/30th scale, and I think this this can look good for that size scale. This might not be appropriate for a combat scene, but it could be okay for like occupied France or something like that. So here's a commander type of figure up on the balcony. So yeah, I think it's suitable for 1/32nd, 1/30th, that type of thing. And then let's take a look on what's going on in the back. I don't think this does anything. I think it's just a static display. What I find interesting is it's in full round, so there's brick texture back here and everything. So let's put a little down near the bottom here. Let's put a Panzerfaust firing figure down low. Let's get rid of this packaging and see how well he looks. Unfortunately, you know, the ivy's a little silly looking, but it's not too bad. Being sculpted into the building. And then coming around the corner here. There you go. So I think this is okay. I don't think it's a great score, but for a piece of 1/32nd scale architecture, I think it's okay. Yeah, so I'll have to eventually do some magic, but for the moment, I will just place it on my railroad layout and see if the wife sees that I snuck another thing into the house. Yeah. Okay, so we'll put this one off to the side, and then let's look at this autumn-style tree again. So here's a big Marauder 4-inch figure, and aesthetically, I don't think these guys really align in the same world. But for scale, there you go. And then let's take those office figures back, and then you could feasibly have a public park or a city street scene here with normal characters in your autumn Halloween scene here. So yeah, I mean, this is clearly made for little characters. It's got flat spots on it and stuff like that. So for my Halloween stuff, I think it'll be more appropriate. It's a little cartoony. Here we go. Here's some 1/18 scale metal figures I picked up for my holiday stuff. And see, now we're talking. Now this is more sort of appropriate for this type of thing. You know, more cartoony aesthetics. So yeah, I'm not displeased with anything here, but you know, put a rain barrel over here, and this is the Debonair hair, if you're interested, and Lady Debonair. And they'll be like background characters in my holiday display. So there you go. Pulling these guys away now, so that's enough on that tree. Oh, there's this kind of taller figure here that Paul Knapp gave me. This looks like, yeah, I don't know. It's a little too cartoony for army men and stuff, but for fantasy scenes, I think it's just fine. So we can pull this out of the way for the moment. I also got at Michael's, this cabin was on clearance. This, of course, is intended for my O-scale train layout here, and it was $5. So it's about $4 too much that I wanted to pay for it. The reason I got it is because a few weeks ago, while the weather was nicer, I went to an antique store and I picked up this sort of craft-made cabin. So I'm actually surprised at how well they size comparison together. So I'm thinking maybe, you know, once I get the layout built and going, I'll do a little wooded sort of backwoods cabin type of scene with maybe Sasquatch or some bears or something will be there. And then these are the trees that Paul Knapp gifted me recently, and the scale is like, you know, perfect for this. So yeah, not bad for the strictly thinking in O scale. Unfortunately, these cabins are a little too small for, let's say, using 1/32 figures, or in this case, these larger Mars, more like 1/30 figures. However, here's an O scale figure for you for comparison, and this sort of salesman or company foreman or something. He's proper O scale kind of guy, and he looks like he'd work pretty good for this world. So yeah, you know, here I am trying to justify the purchase and everything. So I also got these autumn trees from Michael's as well, and they would look pretty good with the cabins and stuff like that. But they look like they're going to be a little messy, so I'm not going to open them right now. But so let's see, is that everything? That's everything worth mentioning. Just thought I'd share that with you. So here's the actually, here, let's put the Pokemon tree with the cabins and see how that looks. So if you put that there, I think you're kind of onto something. And you know what? Here, let's go for the gusto. We're going to open up this autumn tree live on camera, folks. Alrighty, so, and this is typical like model railroad scenery type of stuff, and so pulling back a little bit, yeah, kind of cool. I don't know. I think this could be a nice sort of a sort of segue out of one type of scene on a railroad layout to another type of scene. So that's that. Alrighty, folks, it's Friday. I have something pretty cool coming in the mail. So if I get it in a reasonable amount of time today, I'll do another video and share it with you folks. Otherwise, I hope you have a great weekend. Take care. Bye.